A big welcome to one of our first webinars that we've ever put on at Stallion Out. This is a real trial for us, so we don't know really how it's going to work. So hopefully be a bit patient with us. Hopefully the technology will stand up. But first of all, I've really got to say a big thank you to British Breeding. They're the ones that we've been working with to put on this event at the moment. And also, so a big thank you to all the people behind the scenes, that are doing this. And also to thank Spillers. Without them, this costs quite a bit of money to put on, and they sponsored the event tonight. So another big thank you to them. And we're obviously in unprecedented times at the moment. And, with the COVID-19, and we really appreciate that, people, it's affected people from all over the world, all diverse, in all jobs, especially as well in the horse industry as well. So we really, our hearts go out to people, anybody who's really been affected by it out there. So we didn't have an open day this year. And say we normally get a good crowd at nearly 1,000 people, and we were as disappointed as anybody not to put it on. So we're going to do a virtual tour tonight, and hopefully it's going to go all right, but we'll have to see. And we're going to have a look around the boys. So how the proceedings, and the other thing I've got a really big thank you today is all the team. The team have worked, they're absolutely flat out. We're right in the middle of the stud season, and they've hopefully, they've worked so hard out in the breeding shed, getting all the stallions ready as well. So a big thank you to them. So how tonight's going to go? Well, we'll see. Hopefully it'll go as smoothly as we can. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to have a sort of virtual stallion viewing. So we've got about 20 stallions for you to see in a minute. We're only going to have a short snippet, maybe only a minute each one, but we may well put on future stallion shows later on, doing it this way, if this is what you want and this works well tonight. Followed by, we're going to have a few questions and polls for you. So we're going to put a few questions. We want to see what demographic, who's watching this tonight. So we're going to put a poll on. Then we're going to go and have a look around the collection area, have a look around the lab and what we're doing, just to see bits and pieces, how we thaw the semen out, have a look in the cryogenetics room, how we freeze the, in the big vats where we actually store the semen. Then we're going to do another poll. And we even got a quiz tonight. You could well have a bottle of champagne come to you. So we're going to do a little bit of a quiz. And at the end of it, someone hopefully out there will be a winner. At 8 o'clock, as we've been doing, obviously, ever since the COVID-19, we've been praising the key workers in the NHS. So we're going to do a bit of a clap for them. They've been absolutely, as we all know, heroic through what's been going on and keeping this country going really through some of these desperate times. So we're going to show our appreciation at 8 o'clock tonight for them. And also finally, we're going to go upstairs. Hopefully the communications will work well. And then we're going to do a presentation on what's new in equine breeding. And hopefully to keep you entertained right to the end, we've got a really special bit at the end of showing how some of the genetics work or rare genetic preservation we're doing in all other species, especially elephants, where I've just been out in October with some great people preserving elephants and how we collect semen off an elephant and how we actually preserve it. So if you hang around long enough, I think it could take up to an hour and a half there. So you want to grab a beer, grab a drink, sit down. There's no Netflix. You most probably watched all the Netflix already. So hopefully this will give you a bit of a sidetrack to Netflix films anyway. And then we'll have the quiz result, and followed by, we're just going to show you what the charity is tonight that we're raising money for as well at the end of it. So come inside, let's go and have a look at some of the boys. Right, so first of all, we're going to go into the UK barn. This is where for all resident stallions for UK semen only. And so we're going to come in here, and this is Figo. Is that how you pronounce his name, Sarah?
Absolutely, this is Figo, yes.
Figo, even?
Figo,
yes, Figo.
yes.
He's a fairly new boy to us. He's just come to us. Is that right, Sarah? Can you
Absolutely.
just tell me a little bit about him?
Yeah, he's coming for freezing, but also his owner is going to use him on her own mares too. He's not covered anything before, so she's going to use him on 12 stallions mares this time. He's owned by Chloe Hall Eventing.
I think I met Chloe the other day. I gave some semen to her, yeah, at the car park. I think she's got a few other stallions she's thinking about.
Absolutely.
I have to say, this horse, I've seen him I think I handled him this morning in the breeding shed, and he's, I might say this about them all, but he was an absolute angel. He's a true gent when it comes to chatting up the ladies. He literally went up the teasing mare, chatted her up, brought her back straight on the dummy and the collection. So You know, he's a great person to have. Is he good in the stable and everything?
Oh yes.
Well, as you can see, he's what a nice chap, and it's a pleasure to have him here. So we're going to move on to this next stallion. So this next one we got is the last straw. I love the name, by the way. I think it's a great name. He's by Jumbo.
Absolutely, by Jumbo. Yeah, just here for freezing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got some lovely dapples on him. He looks an absolute picture, this horse, doesn't he?
He does.
So he's just in here for freezing.
Yeah. I think. No, he. I think he's going to go and do a bit of eventing. Yeah, he's not really done much yet.
Yeah, but no, what a super chap. Yeah. Now this is Edward, and this is owned by John Steele. Yes. So he's just in for a short bit of freezing. He's done a few mares as well. Lovely looking horse, really good seaman. We might even, if you're lucky later, we might even store a straw out for you just to show what some of the seaman quality's like.
Yeah, he is available chilled at £400 lifestyle guarantee at the moment as well. John's telling me. So. Is it? Yeah.
Just remember, all these stallions are available, a lot of fresh or chilled or frozen. And I know it's a very quick tour tonight, but we have got an opportunity where we might actually spend in a few weeks' time, actually spend a bit more time with them, see if we chop them up and everything else. Now, this is one of the Woodlander horses, the famous Woodlander, the Woodlander food. Just pushing back a little bit and just stand them up there. Again, you see a lovely horse. Tell me a bit about him, Sarah.
Lynn actually stands, she stood Stallions with you for quite a long time, hasn't she? And this is a homebred by Woodlander Stud. He's currently $950 life ball guarantee. And he'll put power and expression into any foal for you.
Yeah, it's great to have some lovely, real nice dressage here. Lynn's been a great support of ours for many years, and always sent us a really nice dressage stallions over the years. So this next one we have, this is another one of these. Yeah.
Franz Ferdinand.
He's a big chap, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, he's 16'3".
Yeah.
He's got very modern genetics. People are now going for a more modern type on the dressage stallions. Yeah. He's very busy at the moment this season.
Yeah, I think we did a collection of them yesterday and today. Yeah. So yeah, he's been a busy boy. But I saw him. I was handling him in the breeding shed today. He performs well and he's easy to collect from and everything else.
Absolutely.
So where are we off to now? I've got one at the end here.
No, we're heading down to Win-Win.
So Win-Win. So this stallion's a permanently resident stallion with us now, and he's been with us about a couple of years now.
Yeah, 2 years. This is his third season. He's really taken off. We took him to Addington, and everybody just fell in love with him. He's by Chin Chin, and he's a super strong type, and the temperament of him is just amazing. 650 life ball guarantee.
Yeah, he just shows jumping stallion, isn't he? Yeah,
absolutely.
It's your baby, isn't it, Jack?
He definitely is.
Yeah.
Definitely my favourite.
I think, yeah, he's got a soft spot. We all try to say they're all our favourites. It's a lovely chap.
He's owned by the Webb family. Dom Webb's known. Dom Webb Sport Horses.
Oh, yeah.
And he's actually Dom loved him to bits. So.
Right, go and see the next one. This is Temple Claudius.
He's owned by the Northbrook Stud,
right.
Sarah Backhouse, a very good client of ours.
Yes, yeah. How old is he?
He's actually 19 now.
19, big old chap, but looking in fantastic condition.
Yeah, absolutely.
He looks very chilled out. What's he do, Sarah?
Well, he's done a bit of everything. He tends to, because of his temperament and his stamp, he's used for both dressage and show jumping. Yeah. And Sarah ensures me that he never produces a chestnut.
Right. Okay. That's good. For those non-chestnut people, don't like them. Well, he might be your boy. And we're moving on to Chrysler King. It's Karen Nichols.
Yep, from the stable of Karen Nichols.
Just pushing that one.
So, he's here for proving. He's also done a few tills while he's here.
Yeah.
And he's only 3.
Yeah, and he's took to the dummy really well, this one. I've seen him in the breeding show a few times. And he's took to it really well. It's Karen Nichols sort of brought it. I know she thinks an awful lot about this horse.
Yeah.
I know she's gone on and saying it's an absolute special one.
He's by Comilfo.
Yeah.
And he's 650,
Yeah.
no full free return.
Right.
And he's been very popular.
Yeah, no, beautiful boy. Right. As you can see, we've got a huge lineup here. It just goes on and on. I think all the wow, now here's a special little chat. What's the name of this one?
This is Bernstein.
Ah, Bernstein. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah.
What a lovely boy. I must admit, I'm a little bit jealous of his hair, so, but anyway, got those plaits. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a nice chap.
He's been shown in Germany and in the UK.
So just show.
He's only 5. He's just started out under saddle now. His owner's Mark Walters Equestrian.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you know, and I think we've got him on the dummy as well. He's a fairly new horse to us, and we've got him going. So, but what a beautiful mane he is. He's a gorgeous chap. So you can see we hold a whole variety of horses here. It's not just dressage, show jumping. It's right across the board. This is Ashdale Legend. Ashdale Legend's been coming to us and finally was owned by the late Henry Hardy, now owned by Dave Quick. He's a top show jumper now, isn't he? And he's got stock on the ground. And
Absolutely, yeah. He is actually by the great Louis Dam, of course.
Right,
you don't know horses if you don't know who Louis Dam is. And he's out of the Lux Ed mare.
Yeah.
His full sister has jumped to 1.60 m, and she's producing foals that top sales year after year.
And we collected off him today, and I must admit, it's seeming quality. I even took a video of it and saved it, Dave. I said he's producing some good swimmers today, so I'm not too sure who they're going out to, but hopefully, good luck, they'll get that mare involved.
Yeah, at 600 life or guarantee, he's one to watch out for.
Yeah.
He's been aimed at Nations Cup teams for the future, so remember his name.
You strapped him up well. He's looking absolutely gleaming. You can see yourself in that coat. Wow, you've worked hard on him. So, have we got one more here?
We have indeed. This is Last Promise. He
Just arrived yesterday.
Yeah, from Neil 5 yards.
Pushing back a little bit, Jack, there. But yeah, lovely looking horse.
Yeah.
Can you do how old is he?
He is only 4.
He's only a baby, yeah. He seems to have settled in here
Yeah,
well, but
out
literally.
of an Ultimo mare.
Right, so what do they do with
He's the show jumper.
show jumpers?
Yeah.
Nice.
Lovely, strong type.
He is, lovely type. So we've got a lot of show. If you're looking for a show jumper, it looks like here's the place. So anyway, so start with now, we're just going to put a bit of a poll on for you. And the poll that we're going to put on, it sounds like everybody wants to join in at the same time. And they've all had their supper. I think they're just saying that we're keeping them up. So the first poll that we're going to put on is really, are you a breeder? Just a simple yes or no. We're just trying to see the demographic that people are actually tuning in tonight. It's helpful to us and obviously to see the people that log on. And also we'll put a second poll on virtually soon after, once we got that. It's saying, are you a stallion owner? Just a simple yes or no answer. So again, we can see the demographics and how many people are actually signing on to this. We've got a couple of other polls that we'll do in a minute. So anyway, we'll come down to end this barn and go through. But we do have a few walking stallions, Sarah, don't we? So
we do indeed.
well,
we have quite a lot actually. We have Ondine King from the National Stud.
Ondine King, yeah, she's got a lot of stallions.
Yeah,
she loves her stallions.
At the National Stud. Yeah,
she loves her stallions, doesn't she?
Absolutely.
7.
7.
Wow.
Opus Pocus comes in a lot.
Yeah, he's been coming to us for quite a few years.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a show jumping stallion, isn't
he? He is, yeah. And also King Leatherdale, Caroline Lee.
Of course, that came yesterday, didn't it?
He did, yeah.
So, sorry, it's a bit dark in here. I don't know, can you still see us, Lucinda? We're still coming up. Good. We just want to show off some of the facilities we have here for the stallions. So, not only the boxes you see, which we'll show you a bit more in a minute, but it's like a spa treatment. I must admit, if I was going off to a spa, this would be one of the places that I want to come. This stallion. Oh, I'm getting a bit of competition in the background. This is the Phonic, and he's a thoroughbred sort of horse. He's retired, obviously, from racing, came straight to us. He's actually been with us about 13 years now. So he's been here a long time. I think he's enjoying it. Don't worry, we don't normally put the horses on at 7 o'clock in the evening under the spa. So it's just really just to show off the facilities. And this is a good bit that we do, because a lot of the older stallions that we have here is that before collecting, we actually put them under here, especially in the winter, to really warm them up and get the muscles loosened up and really get them ready for the collection process, as well as go on the walker. But some can't go on the walker, so quite often they come under the spa just for, or under the heat lamps, as you say, just for about sort of 20 minutes, just to get those muscles warmed up before they take them to the collection area. So, I mustn't get told off. This is EJ's, our yard manager's tack room, and she likes to keep this absolutely spotless, as you see. So a lot of the stallions can be ridden, so they're either ridden or worked or lunged or whatever the owners actually want to happen to this. So this is the tack room that we're doing. So this is so we haven't quite finished this area, but this is part of the feed room here. As I say, Spillers are our main feed suppliers that we use here. So we get all our feed from Spillers, and they've been supporting us now for a few years. So this is part of the buildings that we want. Let's just have a quick look outside here. I know that wasn't on the agenda, but I think it's quite good to see what else goes on. We've got the horse walker out here, and we've got little Monty. He's our teaser stallion. So he's, if you can see in the background, he actually teases the mares. Sorry, not the mares. He teases. He's one of the ones that we use for dummy training or extender tests and things like that. But he's a great stallion. So we've got the horse walker, and we have lots of other paddocks out there, high fence paddocks that we use to put the stallions out as well. So this is the next one. This is the for the exports. So this is for the stallions that come in for quarantine side, and we have to keep the two barns separate. This is a very special stallion in many different ways, and sometimes a bit controversial, but he is one beautiful chap. This is a clone, believe it or not. This is Gem Twist. A clone of Gem Twist is called Mercurys Gem. So Sarah, could you enlighten me a little bit more? Sarah, I just had to point out, Sarah's our salesperson, so she knows a lot more about these stallions. If I make any mistakes tonight, on my get out clause, I'm exceptionally dyslexic, so I quite often get these names wrong, so just bear with me. But Sarah will tell you a little about Mercurys Gem.
Well, Mercurys Gem, even though he has the amazing bloodlines of a fantastic show jumper, Gem Twist, he actually is the eventer's choice for breeding. There's so many top eventers now using him. He's putting blood into mares for them, and his stock on the ground is absolutely fantastic.
It's full thoroughbred?
Absolutely, yes.
So he's not only got the eventing side, he's got the jumping genetics as well.
Absolutely. So what else could you want?
Semen's gone all over the world.
All over the world. He is huge in America.
We literally sold out semen in America.
We did last year. Yeah, we did.
So yeah, very special boy. And some people, on the clone side, but in his own right, he is a lovely horse, whether you believe in the clone side of it or not. So, but we're going to talk a bit about cloning a little bit later, and how cloning and tissue banking and how that happens. So this is Ansi. So this is the full thoroughbred, Sarah.
This is Ansi. He's owned by John Chambers from the Springfield Stud.
John's been a great client of ours for many years, hasn't he? And he sent us quite a few stallions. And this is he's sent this stallion to stand full time, and he's had a few mares. But I mean, the thoroughbred, the eventing people, they want the thoroughbred blood, don't they?
They do. He's a good, strong type. He does put refinement into his foals, and he's standing here all summer. He's 650 life ball guarantee. 650.
Well, you can't get a better offer than that, can you? 650 life ball guarantee. For you of you out there don't know what life ball guarantee means, it means you can have a go, and if your mare's not involved, you can have another go and another go, and you don't have to pay any more apart from the collection fees. In that way, and also, obviously, if your foals, something happens to your foal next year, and it doesn't go to full term, you can carry on having another go. So the beauty about that side. So
this is Shabbat.
It only gets better. It only gets better. Now this is Chatbot. You know, we keep ramping it up now.
Yeah.
So Chatbot is really, I mean, sounds like I think we've got a bit of competition down there. Chatbot is really, because of the COVID-19 situation, I believe he's come to us because he's not competing. So
Absolutely.
it's a golden opportunity now. You can never normally get fresh semen from a stallion like this, you know, because he's out competing.
Yep.
So to me, this is a great chance to have a look at. So tell me a bit about him,
Yeah,
Sarah.
he's by Cassell.
Yeah.
He's owned by Sue Davis.
Yeah.
Billy Toomey rides him. He's got the most fantastic temperament. He's 750 life full guarantee. We've had so much interest in him. It's been unbelievable. He's here for freezing free U2. So if you're not ready this year, we will be able to do frozen next year.
And I believe he's here all summer as well. It's not just a short period, isn't he?
Until show jumping resumes.
All right. So hope, yeah. Well, I know you lot. Hopefully that will get going sooner rather than later. But he's going to be here for a while. So, but he's a really, really nice dog. St. Thomas. Well, he's a big chap.
He is. He's by Careful.
Yeah.
And he's the first homebred stallion bred by Oakley Stud.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, Oakley Stud are prolific in their show jumping stallions,
Absolutely,
aren't they?
yes.
Breeders. They've been huge breeders for years. They've
Yeah.
produced some absolutely top class horses.
Yeah. He's available still chilled. I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be here for. But yeah, he is. He's fantastic. 550 life full guarantee.
Wow. He's a beautiful chap, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, what height does he stand at?
He is 63.
Wow. Right. Okay. And I think he's trained to the dummy and everything else. So we're coming on down to the last remaining few. How are we doing for time, Faye? We running over?
You know you've got plenty of time.
I've got plenty of time. Okay. We'll slow down. Right. Okay. Sorry. I was going to get told off that I was going to spend all night doing this, and you weren't going to get to bed until midnight. So I'll try that for us. We've still got a lot to get through. So it's.
Yeah, this is Charisma Z.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's actually 19 now.
Yeah, I'm a bit of an old chap. You can see, a bit like me, it's going a bit grey around the ears. Ears? Around the eyes.
He's owned by Justin Rennick.
Yeah.
He's jumped to 1.60 m. He's actually 62% thoroughbred.
Yeah, I met Justin the other day when he dropped him off. And I have to say, this one horse I've really, really got to know and really, really like. I don't know, he's just got such a gentle personality. Now we got to know him. And he's so good in the breeding shed to collect from and do things with. And he loves being turned out. They say he goes out in the field, he's as quiet as a lamb, just loves his turnout and everything else.
Good.
So he's
here for freezing.
Yeah.
He is available for chilled if anybody is looking. He'd probably be good for an eventer actually, having 62% blood in him. So.
Yeah, and I think we're freezing his semen all over the world. And there's a lot of people I know all over the world that are watching this. So his semen can be exported pretty much America, Australia, New Zealand, pretty much wherever. So that's what he's coming in for. Oh, the great Je t'aime flamenco. What does it mean in French? I love, isn't it? Or
I love flamenco.
I love flamenco.
Oh, I love you flamenco.
Yes. Now he's a special chap. And I know Billy too. He loves this horse. He's how old is he now, Sarah?
He is 20 next week, and we're going to have a party for him.
Yeah, so we have a big party. And just go on.
Yeah.
I mean, this horse doesn't need a lot of introduction, but we might tell a bit about.
He is probably the bread and butter of Ireland.
Yeah.
There aren't many Ireland studs that haven't got a flamenco stallion in there. He actually has got 60% of his progeny jumping at 1.50 m or more.
60%.
How many stallions will do that? 60%.
Wow. You can see he's a lovely looking horse. Again, superb semen quality. What's he like to look after, EJ?
Well, his stable name's actually Doug.
Doug.
Yes, Doug.
Right.
And everyone who's looked after him or had anything to do with him know his favourite pastime is to squeal. He loves to squeal, like, all the time. He goes around sniffing everyone's face.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
a big squeak.
Yes, he smells and gets a bit of nudging around. Yeah, but it's lovely, and it's
So
and we've had him 2 years, and I must admit he's been great.
Can I just say one thing? He's owned by Sue Davis and the Pewit Stud. He has got a yearling in the Bolesworth sale in June. and it's out of Tinker's Serenade.
Right.
So
Okay. There's
get
one to watch.
looking. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we saw Nina today actually, and she's talking about the auction, and that's going to be really, really exciting. I'm afraid, obviously, it's all going to be virtual, but I think we've all learned how to do the virtual stuff now, so I think hopefully it'll be really good. I know she's got some tremendous lots out there back in June. So this chap doesn't take much introduction. The main man himself. This is Big Star. He's been coming to us for quite a few years now. I can't remember how many years, but it's such an honour and a pleasure to have this horse here. Double gold medal winning stallion. So it's been great to have. So he's got stock all over the place, we've exported him all over the world. So come on, Sarah. Is there not much else? He sells himself.
He sells himself. He's now got lots of 5-year-olds ready to get out there. It's such a shame, actually, that proceedings have halted because there would be so many 5-year-olds on the circuit this year. Yeah. He's actually producing. Oh,
he's showing a bit more, I'm afraid, for the camera than we should do. It's obviously enjoy. Yes, not 9 o'clock yet. It starts, so. So I think we just focus on Josh, shall we? Oh, I don't know. I mean, what they say, kids and horses or animals or whatever. But anyway, he's a show off in every way. That's all I can say. It's a good chap to look at.
Yeah, it's super. Absolutely super. Yeah, really good. Get there, really super laid back. Not just in the line, really.
And Josh, you've got your own stallion, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Come on. Tell us a bit about your one.
Rippy.
Come on, yeah.
Well, I've got my own Stallions. He's a PRE, purebred Andalusian, 9 years old. Just size with him, bit of everything really. He's just so good. He's really good. He's got the most greatest temperament. Yes, find him on Facebook.
And actually, we've got something coming up soon, a real special thing. Josh has got his own TV period coming up, behind the scenes of what Josh does here on Channel 4 coming up soon. So I'll let you know a little bit more about that. It's pretty exciting. I think it's after the watershed, but it's a tongue-in-cheek thing what we're going on. So that's a very quick overview of the stallions here. You can see we've got 20-odd stallions to cater virtually for all your needs, for fresh, chilled or frozen. And so we've talked about the ones that we're going to go for export. I mean, and all the walk-in ones, haven't we?
Absolutely. And also, I want to just let people know that next week we'll be having Shore Farm Stud's Magic Quality in. He's a 7-year-old stallion by numero uno. He will be here hopefully by the beginning of next week, $7.50 for a lifeball guarantee. We've also got Sula Blue, the eventing thoroughbred stallion, coming in too. Yes. We're here to help everybody at the end of the day.
And just each stallion has their own individual locker here for so everything in this is and so it just shows all the color coordinated with the coats and the head colours and everything else. And all the stables they're they're all rubberized, so for plastic, so we can easily disinfect them and everything else. So, right, Faye, shall we just tell us a little bit more? So, Faye's got some other news about what's other stallions that we're dealing with this year.
Yeah, so this year is the first year that we're working with Van Alst horses in the Netherlands. They have some of the best dressage stallions and horses in the world, ridden by Britain's very own Lottie Fry. 4 of them, we're lucky, are available for UK breeders for chilled semen. So that's Negro, Everdale, Glamourdale and Chiento. 4 fantastic stallions. They also have many stallions frozen semen as well to choose from. So for those of you worried as well about the COVID-19 situation and couriers, so far we've had a very good experience with UPS with our imports, with the majority of shipments arriving on time. So really excited to be working with them this year, and and hope that continues into the future.
It's a new thing that we're doing, and it's worked really well this year, hasn't it?
Very well, yeah, very well. And I think the 24-hour live foal guarantee stud terms for all of the stallions have really encouraged breeders, and that's exclusive for UK as well. So I think we're really lucky.
Great, great. Time for the next poll. So be interesting how the last one went. So poll 3, we're asking, which discipline are you interested in? You know, are you interested in dressage, show jumping, eventing, endurance, showing, driving, polo, racing, or other, or not at all maybe on some of these? So that's the poll that should be coming up now. So it'd be quite interesting to see where you're up to on that. And shortly after that, there'll be another poll soon as that. It'd just be nice to know, how many mares a year do you breed from? Is it 1 mare a year, 2 to 4, 5 to 10, 11 plus, or do you not breed at all? So it's quite nice to see sort of the demographics right the way through. So
Tullis, we have a question as well which has come in.
Right, okay,
which I thought might be quite good. Someone's asked, why are the UK stallions and export stallions kept separate?
we have to keep them separate for the ministry quarantine regulations. So we have to keep them in the one barn. There are certain health status. In another barn, they're much higher health status. So the ministry determined that everything in the export barn has to be kept totally separate from the domestic use, purely on health and reasons, and all the bar security reasons, really, because they're all tested to a higher level. Everything's tested before they come into the centre. That's one thing that we're all worried about, especially what's going on, is the bar security side of things, and it's really important to be bio-aware what's happening. So, just the other thing, quite rightly placed here, it's a bank holiday weekend coming up this weekend, so you might not be able to get your semen straight away because it can't be delivered, but we do have a dedicated same-day delivery card, and that's I put it to about sort of 20,000 miles a year, and it's already done double that in half a year. So it's out there being pretty busy. It goes to regular trips all over the country. So we've got a dedicated driver. So, you know, if you've got a mare that suddenly can't get the semen, or it suddenly comes into season without knowing, and you're desperate, just give us a call. We're here to help. You know, we can pretty much facilitate with whatever you want. And I'd like to think we've got pretty much whatever stallions you want. We can do it at a drop of a hat, but we can try and get that out there.